I'm the Simple Car Guy, and in this video I will show you 15 useful hidden features on this Porsche Macan, including wiper service position, hidden buttons, hidden 12-volt socket, key fob tricks, and so much more. We'll start with my favorite though, and that's the cold start trick. Turn the key one click, enable sport mode, and then start the car. This will open the flaps on the exhaust, and your cold starts will be a lot more exciting, and I'm sure your neighbors will love it too on those cold early mornings. This is even more impressive if you have sport exhaust or the bigger engine. Next feature on our list is very simple but super helpful in the winter. And that's gonna be the heated steering wheel button that's located just right here. I didn't even know that existed, but if you press the button, look at that, heated steering wheel on. And of course, you can just turn it off the same way. But it's not labeled. There's nothing to tell you that there is a button there. But a pretty cool hidden feature. Next, we have the brake hold feature. To enable it, firmly press the brake pedal until it grabs and the light comes on the dash. The car holds itself until you tap the gas pedal again. Great for when you are stuck at a light. There's also a cool trick with the seat memory buttons. Of course, it stores your seat settings, but did you know that it will also remember your climate settings as well as mirror tilt position when in reverse and store it to your key? That means you can adjust your passenger side mirror to tilt to whatever location that you want when you are in reverse. So to set this up, you're gonna select the passenger side mirror, go in reverse. The mirror will move to whatever position it was previously configured for, but what we can do is actually use this little joystick and adjust it. So if I move it up and to the right, just so it looks very different, and now we can save this position for whenever we are in reverse. So I'm just gonna go to set, save it to the key. You can also save it to your memory seat number. So I'll save it to 2. Now we're gonna go and drive. So just drive it forward a bit. The mirror adjusts back, which makes sense. But now if I go in reverse, see how it goes to the right instead of down and to the left? So that means you can save the position that you like for reversing, which is super helpful. Number 5 on our list is very useful if you have kids. Of course, you know if you press this window child lock button, it will stop the windows from working. But did you also know that it disables heated seats in the back? So if your passengers are complaining that the heated seats are not working, well, you can just disable this and the seated seats will work again. But if you have kids in the back and they're playing with the buttons, press this button, heated seats buttons will be completely disabled. So if the heated seats are on, it will stay on. If it's off, it will stay off. Have you ever wondered about this button where it says auto and then rest underneath? Well, auto, that will just enable your automatic climate control. So it will adjust the vents and the speed of the fan and things like that. But this button also has a secondary use. So if the car is running, let's say this is turned off right now, so we're gonna turn that button off. I'm gonna shut the car off. Okay, the car is off. And now this is the only button that's still lit up. If I press that button, this will turn on the rest feature, which means your climate control will continue to run for about 20 minutes after the engine shuts off. Very useful in hot or cold weather. For example, when you run to a convenience store for 5 or 10 minutes. Number 7 has to do with the front seats, but it's not the 18-way adjustable seat controls or anything like that, or the comfort of the seats. It's actually to do with the storage compartment that's hidden underneath the seat. So you just open it up like this and it flips down and you can store, I don't know, microfiber towels, sunglasses, or whatever else you like to hide from people. And yes, there's one on the passenger side as well. Speaking of hidden features, did you know that you had an extra 12-volt socket in your sunglass holder? Pretty funky place to put it, but if you remove this rubber mat, it's revealed just right there. Super useful for, let's say, a tire pump. Speaking of tire pumps, did you know that your car comes with one and it's hidden behind this trim panel in the cargo area? You simply put your finger in here, pull it out just like that, lift it up, put it to the side, and there it is. There's your air pump. This is the standard height to which the tailgate opens in this Porsche Macan, which is great. It gives you lots of access. But what if you have a garage or you park in a garage where the ceilings are lower? Well, you can adjust to which height the tailgate will open. Let me show you how. Let's say your garage door is somewhere here. You're gonna press the button and then press and hold again. And you're gonna hear a little click and then a little sound to confirm that this is the new height. Now the max height is gonna be what I set it to. That's it. If you need to reset it back, you can just simply lightly push it all the way back up, press and hold. Hear that sound again? Now if we close it and reopen it and reopen it, it will go back to that full height. We can even save it to like this location if we want to. Press and hold. There's the sound. And that's it. That's gonna be the new max height. Pretty cool. Have you ever walked away from the car and had to go back to see if it was locked? Well, you can change the settings to have the mirrors fold in every time you lock the car. But that seems a little annoying. So what you can do instead is do it manually from your key fob. Simply press and hold the lock button for a couple of seconds, and then the mirrors go in. And if you live in Europe or basically anywhere outside of US, your key has additional features. You can press and hold the unlock button for a few seconds and it will lower all of the glass in the car. So it will lower all of the windows and open the panoramic roof. Same way, you can lock everything and raise all of the glass. So you will just press and hold the lock button, which will then raise all of the glass, close the panoramic roof, lock the car and fold in the mirrors. There's also a few different ways to lock this car with different results. First, you can just use your lock button on the key. That's simple. You can use the comfort access ridge right here, so that will lock and unlock the car as well. But what if you leave pets in the car? Well, you can prevent false alarms with people or pets inside while keeping the car locked. So what you would do is just press the lock button twice. And that's it. The sensors are now disabled. But that's not all. This key has a lot more hidden features. Well, first of all, there is a physical key in the back here. So if you pull that out, you can now open the car if the key fob battery is dead, or even if the car's 12-volt battery is dead. How? Well, you're gonna pull the handle like this, and then you see this little knob sticking out. So this is like a fake plastic key that's in there. You take that out, and then you grab your physical key, stick that in there, and you can twist it to open the door. Well, we can also lock the door this way as well. Right there, the door is now locked. The car is locked. It's difficult to get it in and out, but it works. You might be thinking, well, that's cool and all, but how am I gonna start the car if my key fob is dead? Well, you can remove the dummy key and insert the real key into the same slot. How? Well, first you have to remove it, and there's a trick to that. You have to have your real key outside of the car, so I'm gonna put it just right there on the tripod. Now you twist the dummy key to the first position and back, first position and back, listen for a click, and you can pull it out. Then you grab your real key, stick it in, just like that, press the brake, and you can start the car even if the battery is dead inside the key fob. And when you're done, it removes easily, and then you can put your dummy key back in. And now it's locked again. Of course, this physical key blade has a lot more uses in this car. For example, you can enable child lock for the door. So you just stick it in here, twist it to the right, and now the door will not open from the inside. So you can disable the windows with the button up front and disable opening the door completely with this key and this little slot right here. Last and probably the most obvious use for your physical key is to lock your glove box compartment. And now nobody can open. Especially useful if you valet your car. Our next hidden feature is very useful if you park in an alley, on a dark street, or just want to be more visible when it's foggy outside. And those are rear fog lights. To turn those on, we're gonna twist the headlight switch to the right and pull it outward. Not obvious if you're not familiar. And yes, it will stay on even after you lock the car. And of course it doesn't flicker, it just flickers on camera for some reason. If you're like me and like doing your own maintenance on the car, especially super simple stuff like changing the wiper blades, well, on this car it seems kind of difficult because when you try to lift it, it will hit the paint right here. So you definitely don't want to do that. But then how do you change the blades, right? Well, luckily there is a wiper service position that's very easy to enable. Let me show you how. We're going to start in the off position, then turn the ignition on or put the car in accessory mode, then turn it off again, and then immediately push the stalk down for a few seconds and the wipers go up. And now you can simply lift it up like you would expect and easily change the wiper blades. How useful. Wow, that was a lot of cool little features. What was your favorite and how many did you know prior to watching this video? Have you used any of them in the past? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, check out this Porsche related video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for a lot more car content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.